It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years, and our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Not a kicker or a punter here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And here we go from New Orleans. And he got all of that one, that's for sure. But with our new kickoff rules in play this year, and that means the football is going to be spotted at the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Baker now off the play fake. That's complete, Mike Evans. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Carry here for Irving. No driving forward, but won't get beyond the line. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Third down, here's Mayfield. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Intended target there was Mike Evans. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They send Cooks left. They go play action on 1st. Bails out of the pocket quick. This is complete to Olave. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. So the big play moves him well past midfield, has him set up now at the 35. Coming left is Miller. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, And that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
Second and manageable. He's throwing. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
It's now third down and less than a yard.
They go left side with Miller. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. After the flag, they've got 3rd and 9 to figure out. Running it after the penalty. And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. 6 yards on the play gives them 4th and short. We'll see what they choose to do.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Here's a throw. Flush down now to it. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Got his target. It's Hill. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Reed now to kick this one away. And well, in the past, we wouldn't have batted an eye as it sailed over the end zone, Brock. But with our new kickoff rules in place, that's going to cost them. The football's coming all the way out to the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On the give, this is Irving. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
From the gun, Mayfield. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Intended target there was Mike Evans. And that brings up 4th and long. Riley Dixon on the punt. Ooh, and this is a worm burner. He didn't hit this one well. And they get to this one just shy of the opposing 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They're going play action. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And a short gain only as he gets up to the 37. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. So that's 1 quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. Just 3-0 is our score. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They have it 3rd and 7. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Gets this one to Shaheed. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. 2 set of downs for him from the 46. From the gun, a give to Miller. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
This finds Cooks complete. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Hassan Reddick cleaning up that play. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 24. He's on the move. Oh, shouldn't have let that one go. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Whitehead. Oh, man, I'm having to hold my partner back after this one. Captain Fundamental not happy that he didn't take the time to stop and get set before delivering that football. Gotta think that in part led to the turnover.
Yeah, Captain Fundamental because I couldn't run. Kind of like Tom Brady, right?
And he's not going to escape. They could not get the push they needed. That's going to be a safety.
Okay, you could just feel it, right? Right off the snap, you just got that sense at the line of scrimmage. When those big guys defensively win it right off the jump, right at the line of scrimmage down here at the goal line, well, they've got a chance to put 2 points on their ledger. That's well done by those big boys defensively.
So march it forward after they accept the penalty. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Miller. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Again, it's Miller. And he's chased all the way to the sideline and out of bounds near the line of scrimmage. No gain here after a gain of only 1, and now they'll face 3rd and 9.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
3rd and long for him here. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. So 2nd down coming up. Trying the right side with Miller. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Running once more with Miller. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. The Saints with an extra moment to decide whether to go for it or not. Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Throwing now, needing a first. He completes it in traffic. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well. And now they'll...
And he brings it in for a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints grow their lead just before halftime. Chris Olave with the touchdown. Groupie's extra point is good. And the Saints push the lead up to 12. Reed now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Godwin, the man in motion left. 1st down, here's Baker. Completes this one to Otten. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Baker now. Completed over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. First and 10. Here's Mayfield. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
First and 10, it's Mayfield. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That's DeMario Davis. And the Saints are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. He steps in front and picks it off. Looked like he missed the spot there, partner. Maybe because he threw it on the run?
Yeah, I think that's exactly the case, Kate. You know, you get set in the pocket. This game is fast anyway. Things are flying, but once you get on the run, it is a whole nother speed and really becomes advantage defense as they take it away.
That's completed right side. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. Markers reset, ball at the 37. To throw here on first down. Gets it to him on the screen. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled. The catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Intercepted in the end zone. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 17. That's going to be caught by Evans. At the 20. And in, touchdown Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers make it a 1-score game before halftime. Mike Evans with the touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. He doesn't like what he sees, so a touchback. They're going to begin at the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half. A final throw before the break. Chased out to his right. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock here with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. On the give, it's Miller. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
That's his first career interception. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
The give for the first time to Rachaad White. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Got his target. It's Otten. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Here's the give to Irving. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Play fake. It's Mayfield. On target to Godwin. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Baker now off the play fake. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Pete Werner has it. The 50. And the Saints get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. Yeah. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. That's low and bounces short of his man. This one misses the tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion. Here comes the Saints punting unit. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Irving here from the gun. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Baker now from the gun. Complete out to the right. And he's tackled for a short gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
3rd and short, Mayfield. He has the first over the middle. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the press for moving the chains that time. 1st down, ball at the 36. Off the play fake, here's Mayfield. He puts some juice on a deep throw. Depth brought in inside the 20. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 3rd quarter lead. Mike Evans with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Well, no harm in going for it there, Brock. Wanted to make it a field goal game, but their advantage instead stays at 1.
Yeah, that data book tells you it's the right call to make because we're here in the second half. Leading by 2 instead of just 1 doesn't make much of a difference either way. You still now trail with an opposing field goal, and that's what they've got to defend against right now.
1st and 10 now from the 30. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. It's a pickup of 11. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10 from the 41. Slot man in motion left. Handoff here for Miller. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Play action on 1st down. Gets this one to Shaheed. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he brings it in for a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. Quite the strike to his tight end, and the patience he showed waiting for that to break open. That was awesome, and it's rewarded with 6.
You know, it should be simple, Kate, right? In philosophy, it should be simple. Just plaster that big guy. Throw bodies at him in coverage, but stopping a tight end near the end zone is anything but simple with how deceptively good they are as route runners and finding that football when it arrives.
And he can't bring it in. They don't get the 2 points. Reed now to kick this one away. And it flies over the end zone and out of play. In the past, it's a touchback to the 25. The new rules starting this season, Brock, so it's now going to be at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. One of the tight ends in motion left. Irving on the inside give. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. They bring their tight end left. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Buys time, rolling right. He's got him. That's McMillan. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Carl Granderson in on the tackle. So we're through 3 here. It's Buccaneer football. They trail, but it's still within reach for them.
13.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the gun, Mayfield. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
Oh, those linebackers. Those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw. It changed its direction.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Mayfield now from the gun. Caught by Godwin on the slant. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. Baker throwing again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it's 2nd down coming up. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
That was just a little bit too low to be brought in. He was looking for Chris Godwin on that play. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Third down, here's Mayfield. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
This is close. Rejected by the crossbar. He needed just a bit more leg. And the deficit remains unchanged here in the 4th.
It's one of those game management situations, Kate, that people are going to question afterwards. 4th quarter, down by that margin. Yeah, you could question whether you even should have brought the field goal team out. But now with that miss, there's going to be even more criticism.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
2nd and 13. Forced out to his right. He takes it himself. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You know, that may have been a situation when he looked back on it, he watches the tape the next day, and he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that first down. Well done.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Going to the ground again on first. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Now an inside handoff to Miller. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
They go play action on first. Flushed out of the pocket. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Takes off right out of the read option. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. And the Buccaneers clogging up the throwing lanes. We got 6 DBs out there. Third down. Looking to throw. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
A 47-yard attempt.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a 1-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the 4th quarter when it really matters.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First and 10. Here's Mayfield. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Second down, Mayfield to pass. Oh no, they get him yet again! And the Saints are gonna have it! And he's gonna hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Back now, pressure on its way. Fits it through the middle. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
A give right side to Miller. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Saints up by 8. 2nd down now, 7 to go. In motion right is Cooks. On the ground, it's Miller. And he drives this forward to the 6. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Now it's Miller. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Here's an important kick now for Blake Grupe. Pretty easy kick here, Brock, just 22 yards. Oh, he missed it! The pressure got to him on that short attempt. And they fail to make this a 2-score ball game.
And hope still remains in the building, Kate. Not a 2-score game. In fact, a make there, well, it could have been the death knell. But the miss, you just see it. It breathes some new life into the opposing sideline.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Back to throw. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find his tight end. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Here's Miller. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They run. It's Miller. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. From the gun, a give to Miller. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. So fans starting to stream from the Superdome to the French Quarter as it's a win for the Saints. And as we play in October, they have kept their perfect start to the season going. To the point, Brock, I think you could argue they might be the league's best team in the front half of this campaign. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from New Orleans.
Oh, when I sing, go Buccaneers. Oh, when